Alrighty. Panic selling. Panic, worry, everyone. It is happening. People are genuinely worried right now about their Pokemon cards and, you know, whether or not they're going to be holding up in price. It's kind of wild because this is something that a lot of people expected. A lot of people thought this would happen, and you know, now it's kind of coming into fruition and people are like, oh, should I sell? What am I gonna do? Oh, this. It was just so much growth throughout the whole year, and now I think there is a big sobering up on what's happened with Pokemon cards. Now, I am noticing people are like, wow, there is just so many cards that have like circulated around the world. Have we all been overpaying? Have we been all a bunch of bananas overpaying on these products? Is this all happening? Everyone's kind of noticing this at the same time. You know what's happening right now? You know when you're on a plane and everyone's leaving for the same door and you're just getting in this huge kind of congestion and everyone's trying to go through that same door? That is what's happening right now, though it is a race to sell and it's just crazy. And I'm kind of like thinking like, dude, obviously this was gonna happen. This was meant to happen such a long time ago. And I'm so happy to see a lot of these prices coming down. Hold on, my wife's calling me. Wait one sec. Yo.
Last season singlets, the ones that you like, but they only have one.
Singlets, count me in. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, geez. Me and my wife, we're actually on a journey at the moment. We are trying for another kid. And it's kind of funny, right? Because every time we're at, like, you know, with the holiday season and all that, you meet people and like people know that you're trying. Everyone says you shouldn't say it, and I shouldn't be telling my whole audience that I'm trying for a kid. Already have a daughter, which is amazing, but we're like deciding, hey, we want a second. But you know, like when the people ask, like, you know, how's it going? And then it's like, how do you respond to that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm thoroughly enjoying the process. I'll ask Chanel if she's in the same boat, but you know, weird kind of thing that happens in the holiday season. You know, a little tip, if your mates are trying or if your friend's trying, don't ask him how's it going. He's probably enjoying it, but who knows, you know, it can get frustrating too. All right, let's go into it. So the price crash or this panic selling that's happening, it is wild. Is this Mega Evolution Enhanced booster boxes or Mega Evolution booster boxes, $319, the enhanced versions. Right now selling for $232. Now here's the thing, right? I'm talking about panic selling. It is happening. People are selling, but what's happening, that's still a new booster box for $232. It's not exactly, you're not getting cheap Pokemon cards still. So this whole narrative that's you know, everyone's selling, it is a race to sell at the moment. I'm not gonna deny that. But as much as people are racing to sell, it's not exactly like you're getting cheap products. This whole thing, and this is the frustrating thing about everyone right now, like you buy Pokemon cards, they're gonna be actually like worthless and go to zero. That's not happening. Stop kind of thinking that. If you're thinking that, you're thinking the wrong way about this hobby. It's not, things don't just go down to zero. It doesn't just become free Pokemon cards. You're not gonna get a Team Rocket's Mewtwo for $30. It's not how the hobby works. There's always gonna be a market. There's always gonna be high prices. Even with all this selling that's happening, it still is selling for $232. If you ask me what a cheap booster box is, I'd say $120 is a nice cheap booster box, okay? $300 or $232 for a booster box ain't cheap, man. You're still paying crazy prices. So the thing is, yes, there is a bit of a panic selling, but you know, you're still paying super expensive for cards. I think what's happening more, the right term is stabilization, and the market needed to stabilize. I know a lot of people, it's just crazy. It's annoying as well because the thing is, this year you had so many people that don't give two shits about Pokemon Enter. People just didn't care about Pokemon at all. They just saw it as an investment. Like One Piece is getting that right now. People, like, why am I not talking about One Piece? Everyone's like, Phil, make content about One Piece. Dude, the only experience I've ever had with One Piece is I played like a game called Jump Ultimate Stars, and I remember like I could play as like some One Piece characters. Dude, I don't even know how to say if I'm saying Luffy correctly. I don't know anything at all about the anime. I'm not gonna now jump ship and start talking about One Piece cards. It's so inauthentic. It'd be such like bullshit coming from me. So that's the problem. And you know, that same mentality of me like not wanting to talk about One Piece because I don't understand it. Well, guess what? People that had no idea about Pokemon and just saw, oh, I remember like Charizard from a kid. I remember this. They all came in 2025. And that's why you're seeing this panic selling happen, because people are like, whoa, I don't even know what to do with right now. The thing is, even though they're coming down in price, it's nothing to worry about because there will be a bounce back. And when that bounce back happens, people are gonna be like, whoa, like, oh, I didn't expect this, I didn't think, well, guess what? When that happens, it can be pretty strong. Though interestingly, Chilling Reign booster boxes are coming down in price. This one is new. This is new because Seal product never, ever used to come down in price without a reprint. So, and I use that word never, like I'm actually, like, you know how they say never? No, man, like sealed product, unless it was like crazy already like $300,000-$400,000 booster boxes, like first edition base sets, they did come down in price. But in terms of the general seal market, nah, man, they stay. So this is new. Selling for $569 dues. Actually, no, it's not dollary dues, it's US. So 570 US. Probably like $800 dues. But if we move down here, it's 429 US. That is a pretty big price drop, but more importantly than that, there hasn't been a reprint. So new territory, people are learning things, people are expecting new things out of the hobby, but still, it's just a little bit of a price drop, man. Like it's like if you invested in Chilling Reign and you bought it when you could have, like, I know Chilling Reign was selling for like, some people could buy it for like $110 a booster box. Well, guess what, man? If you bought it, you're still up so much. It's just a small little dip right now. This whole thing, there is people selling, people are getting a little bit scared. But if you are a person that is scared right now, please tell me in the comments, what is your fear right now? If you do have those things coming up, because me, I've got to be real honest with you, I'm seeing this was like, I'm so expected for me. I'm not surprised that any of the price drops that, even though I'm going to show you further in this video, to me, none of these are surprising whatsoever, like zero. So if you are worried about it, tell me why, because maybe some people in the comments can try alleviate some of that anxiety, because honestly, I don't think you got anything to worry about if you bought Pokemon collectibles this year. What you do need to worry about is if you overpaid on Pokemon products, meaning you didn't buy at a retail price and you bought Destined Rivals booster boxes for whatever you paid for them. If you were that person, well, yeah, then maybe admit it in the comments. I'll send you, actually, you know what's cool? YouTube just showed that you can actually reply with voice messages on comments. I am gonna go hard with that. You wait, you know, if you comment on this video, expect some voice message replies. I'm in the mood for that. Now, moving on to the Mega Charizard X. Thankfully, the card has dropped. Was selling for 922 US. Right now selling for $461. That's actually a big movement, but still, this is the thing. Yes, it's dropped, but you're still paying $460 for a chase card. Still crazy expensive, right? It's still not cheap. It's still, by no means are you getting a deal on this card. It's just fallen from that $922 range. And Phantasmal Flames, in a lot of ways, is also dropping in price. Phantasmal Flames, as we can see, selling for $329. Right now selling for $233 a booster box. Kind of was expected, still super expensive for that booster box. I personally have been very vocal. Phantasmal Flames, I have not enjoyed the set whatsoever. I think it's probably, like, honestly, it's like, to me, you've got that Charizard, great card. Everything other than that, I don't enjoy. Not trying to be polarizing in that comment. I just think it's a crap set, man. I don't think it's good at all. I think the only reason why everyone's been buying it is because Pokemon cards have been hyped. If this was in 2023 and Phantasmal Flames came out, people would still love the Charizard, but after that, like, what are you really chasing in this set? What is an awesome card? I think there was, like, a lot of missed opportunity. Why isn't the Gengar in Phantasmal Flames? Could have been more things done with it, I think. That is personal opinion. To me, I think I bought actually one Phantasmal Flames booster box that I'm keeping sealed. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't, even if whether or not it's gonna climb in price, whether or not, it doesn't bother me. I just don't like the set. And that's a big lesson for collectibles, okay? If you do like purchasing collectibles or Pokemon cards or whatever you buy, if you're buying just what you see on forums and what's gonna climb in price, you are gonna be in a perpetual cycle of just negativity. You are just gonna be so upset because you're not buying for what you love. If I started buying One Piece right now, I'm just being real with you, the only reason I would buy any One Piece is because I care about the growth of the product. I have no care for any of the characters. It's not something I grew up with. I had friends that watched it. I don't care about it. If you are in that boat with Pokemon and you're buying because you think it's gonna rise in price, don't even bother. You are just gonna be disappointed. And I think, especially as I go through a lot of some of the other things and a lot of the other cards in this video, you are gonna see people who are just buying things for the sake of it to be involved in this hobby. Pikachu Special Illustration Rare was selling for $350 US. Right now selling for $277. If I pull that into the year graph, this Pikachu's had a bit of a journey. It was selling last year for around $485, dropped down to $262, $351, and now selling for $271. So, I mean, there's definitely been price drops on this card. Whether or not people are buying Pokemon cards right now, or whether or not people want to overpay, I'm really hoping, do you know what I miss, man, doing on my channel, and I haven't done it in a while, opening some product. Like, I loved every new set that released. I'd buy the product, I'd be able to open them. This year, or like 2025, I haven't been able to do that at all. Everything's so expensive, and I've just had this thing where it's like, this year, this is the year of the snake. So this was the year of shedding, okay? This was the year of letting things go. And this year, it's been a tough year. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm gonna just be so honest with all of you watching. I've had a tough year. It's been a great year, but I moved 2,000 kilometers away from home, moved to Queensland, had a wedding. It was so amazing. The day, awesome. But of course, as you know, the wedding day's great, but the lead up to the wedding, stress, had this channel, was trying to do things in my career, making, working with sponsors. It's been a tough year for me. I'm actually really glad that 2025 is over because I've had a great year. My channel's really grown. Everyone that I appreciate all of you guys that are watching, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, respect, man, because I know that a lot of you come to this channel to watch it every day. You guys actually tune in, and that's why I can continue making this content. If you are new or first timer here, definitely feel free to subscribe. It means a lot to see you guys here. I feel like I don't say enough thank yous to you guys. I feel like I'm just so much in the moment. I haven't taken the time to just really say, hey, thank you to everyone that's watched throughout this year. And I'm just having that moment now because, I think the whole thing, all I do is I just work. Like, if you look at my channel, you'll probably notice that I upload a lot of videos. Like, I upload a lot. I'm constantly doing the market. I'm constantly thinking, hey, giveaways, hey, excuse me, hey, how am I gonna, create content that connects? I'm thinking, how can I make sure that the viewer gets a good experience? And I think so much about that, and that consumes so much of my mind. But rarely do I ever just say, you know what, I appreciate all you guys watching, and I do. It's just there's so much in my life, dude. I'm just thinking of, I've got to, lose weight. My fitness has gone to shit. I've been trying to surf. That's been hard, focusing on my daughter, focusing on her well-being, wife, all these things. And the thing is, I've also got this massive audience that I also need to look after as well. And just, I want to say, I really appreciate every one of you watching. It's been a great journey throughout this year, and I really can't wait for 2026. Moving on to the Greninja Special Illustration Rare. Looks like a character from Splatoon. $378, now selling for $299. Honestly, I love this card. Love this card to death. One of my favorite cards from the Scarlet and Violet era. Whether or not 300 US still expensive, but there is selling going on. In terms of sealed product for Sword and Shield, there's a lot of selling. That's probably surprising me more than a lot. Though one that's not surprising me whatsoever in the drop is Moonbreon. So Moonbreon was selling for $2,285. Right now selling for $1,832. Big price drop, right? That's big. It's big. It is enormous. So that is $400 off its high point. And this annoys me, okay? Because I actually wanted to make the decision to buy the Prismatic Evolutions Umbreon in a PSA 10. I was gonna be that guy. And I spoke to my wife about it, and she just looked at me and said, are you out of your mind? And I said, honey, come on. 2026, it's good vibes. And then I saw the price and I thought, yeah, I'm probably not in the best space to be buying that right now. One thing that annoys me is the price differences between Moonbreon and the PSA 10 Prismatic Evolutions Umbreon. The Umbreon, these two are so expensive, and the PSA 10s are like either matching prices, or I think even the SIR is more expensive. This hobby, do you know what it needs? A factory reset, dude. It just needs to be reset to some point, but I don't know if it'll happen because I've been watching King of Collectibles. It's on Netflix, season 3 drop, and I've been watching that a lot. And when I was watching it, I'm like, wow, look at sports cards, what they sell for. Every price is because they've been in the hobby for so many years, and like a lot of those sports collectors are in their, either 40s, 50s. You even got people in their 60s that are even older, right? The prices have gone even more than what anyone expected. And Pokemon might also be in that same bracket if the hobby continues to grow. Moving on to Fusion Strike Booster Box. This is interesting, right? Selling for $1,029, now selling for $844. Pretty big price drop on the Fusion Strike. I do think that is well and truly a fair bit of a price drop for a sealed product that we haven't seen. Fusion Strike's quite loved. The Gengar VMAX, great cards in there. Yeah, there is some selling going on for sealed products, especially, but then again, who is buying these things as well? There's just so many questions that coming up in this hobby. It's just been cooked for a while, right? All the sealed product I've shown you in this video is interesting. They are big price drops. They are quite massive. It's been a big change. So there's just so much stuff happening. Though I just want to say, like I said earlier in the video, all of you watching, really appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, subscribe. I will see you on the next video, and have a great new year.